to WSAV News 3 today. That was not a sigh, that was a because it's the therapy we did not know we needed. Backed by popular demand, Alicia Dooley, founder of Fuzzy Therapy Miniature Horses, and her adorable equine Rascal. He is back. Thank you so much for being here today. And you know, even though you have so much important things to say about what you're doing, the attention is all on Rascal and his purple hooves, right? So let's talk about your program and how it started and why, because this is very interesting.
Okay. Well, thanks for having us back, by the way. We're excited to be here. When I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and I had a pony at the time. I had just gotten her for my birthday months earlier. And when I was in the hospital, I received a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And that just didn't cut it. All I wanted to do is go home to my pony. You know, you have the fluorescent lights, you have the beeping heart monitors, you have all, it's kind of a cold, non-welcoming place it can be.
Yeah.
And so when I grew up, I realized, hey, I've got a talent with horses. I've been, you know, riding horses my entire life. I showed nationally, did jumping, the whole gambit. And I found these little guys as a companion animal to one of my horses and decided, okay, these guys need a job. Because I had a little terror. His name is Romulus. He's no longer a terror.
Okay.
He conquers hearts, not countries.
Oh, I love that.
And he would tear my barn apart when he first came. And I said, he needs a job.
Yeah.
So I started walking him around the neighborhood, and people would come out of their houses and flock to him and come see him. And you know, I wrote the local newspaper and said, hey, we stopped by the fire department. They were so nice. They gave us a bucket of water because it was a hot day, and calls start coming in, and we started going to the nursing home, the local nursing home. And I saw the reaction of the residents' faces, and it just was magical, and I was hooked. I was hooked.
And Romulus needed it just as much as the people you shared him with.
Yes, yes. He received, in fact, he thinks he's at the spa every time he goes somewhere. He received the love and attention that he was looking for as well.
So we can tell by just the reaction of the people here in the studio and at our station when you brought Rascal by, it brought up our spirits. So imagine what this does to a child who's in the hospital or a senior living in a facility.
And I have thousands of stories I could tell you about what these horses have done. For example, there's a little child in the hospital who hadn't talked or smiled the entire time they were there. And of course, they weren't feeling well. You understand that. Rascal walks into the door. Not into the door, into the room, into the room, and the child's face lit up. Yeah. And he realized that the child was sad, and the child had his toys on the bed, and he pushed them, and you know, the child would giggle. And I didn't know, you know, I don't know the backgrounds of each child, but when we walked out, the nurse said to me, that child has not smiled once. And these little animals have that effect on people.
Yeah.
I mean, their job is to make people smile, and they're doing a good job.
A positive distraction from what you may be going through.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Rascal is not the only one. You mentioned other miniature horses. As a matter of fact, they call you Dr. Doolittle because you don't just have horses, you have chickens, and let's talk about that.
Okay. So first of all, we have 5 miniature horses, a retired show horse thoroughbred that I used to take to horse shows, 2 donkeys, some chickens, I've lost count, chickens, ducks, and a turkey. And that's, the donkeys we bought just to protect the miniature horses. From coyotes, other loose dogs, because they will attack these little guys. And the donkeys will protect the herd. So that's why we have the donkeys. Now the birds were for fun.
Okay.
And the eggs are delicious. So
just a little extra there. Okay.
Yes.
So, but a lot of training goes into not only the miniature horses, but the volunteers who work with them.
Absolutely. So our goal with the training is to teach both volunteers and the horses to trust each other, to build a trust, because horses are herd animals and they look to a leader to protect them. So if they encounter something that they're not aware of or it's frightening them, they'll look to the leader to respond. So we want our volunteers to be attentive and relaxed in all situations as well. So we go through various exercises to teach them that. We go with desensitization exercises as well for sights, sounds, and smells. For example, a balloon popping,
Yeah.
which can happen.
Yeah, at any
Quite
time,
often,
especially if you're
yes.
going to a hospital. So
Yes.
let's talk about what people can do who are watching this segment, because you always need donations. That's what helps keep you going.
Yes. So we are run on donations and volunteers as well. My goal is to do this full time. I do work full time, but my dream, my dream is
And your
to do
heart,
this,
right? Yeah.
is in it. And the horses just respond so well to the teachings we do, and they enjoy it so much. So anyone, anywhere that has, you know, the idea that this is something that is healing for people in the world, you know, we are looking for your help.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people out there who need to be healed. Thank you so much, Alicia, for joining us. Thank you, Rascal, for being the perfect angel. Can he get his cookie now?
You can have a cookie now.
You can find more information and see this interview again anytime on our website by visiting WSAV.com/community corner. You know, we would love to have Rascal do the forecast, but I guess Alyssa doesn't want him to take her job.